What's up, guys? This is Not Your Ordinary Barber with N.Y.O podcast. Here today at Clipper Madness, I got Mr. Freestyle, the man who is putting up the event, actually. He's actually doing the event. This is I'm going to let him introduce himself, give you his Instagram, and then we'll get started.
Yes, sir. My name is Mr. Freestyle 340. We're here at the Clipper Madness Barber Battle. This is my first big event. I've done this event 2 years ago, two back-to-back. At a smaller scale, it was in a barbershop. You know, last year we overgrew the barbershop, so I was like, nah, I had to get somewhere bigger. So
this is your third year doing the event?
Yeah.
Did you think that you would last even 3 years doing it? Actually, how did it feel holding and starting your first event?
The first one, I was a nerve wreck. Yeah, but I initially started this event at a barbershop. I did it to get barbers to be able to travel to other events.
Yes.
So the first competition that I held, two winners of the Fade and Beard and the Freestyle had the opportunity to travel with me to Virginia to compete at an event. And then the second year, I did it to Jacksonville. So two barbers won the opportunity. I paid for their hotel, for their entry into competing, and you know, we started a movement, the Team PA movement. You know what I mean? Myself and Eric.
Yeah. Now let's talk about. I know you also have another show that you do in the Virgin Islands as well, correct?
Yeah, the STX Barber Show.
Now, when is that? What categories? Talk about the event a little bit.
November 10th, we're doing the STX Barber Show in the Virgin Islands, St. Croix, Virgin Islands. You don't need no passport to get there, so make sure. I don't want to hear no excuses. Last year we did it for the first time. It was a great turnout.
Dope.
Man, myself and Carlito VI Barber, he's one of the trending barber right now in the industry. You know what's going on with him. We teamed up and brought a show to the island, to our home, you know what I mean? And it was a success last year, and I know this year is gonna be even crazier, man.
Now, you had Carlito doing a class for you today, this morning, before the event for, well, talk about the class. I don't want to get too, I'll let you talk about it.
He did a hair color.
Okay.
He did a class on the techniques, on different techniques of how to properly dye hair, discolor and color the hair. And then he did a segment with the freestyle, like his techniques on how to present a nice freestyle for like a competition, or even for barbers in the barbershop. You know, something, you know how it is. Yeah. Barbers, they can learn all kinds of things that will help boost their ticket on their sale, you know what I mean? When they go to the barbershop, instead of just having a simple haircut, you can add 10, 15 bucks with a design, or with a hair color, you can add $100 to the tag, you know what I mean?
And I've noticed now that even women are getting shortcuts. They want to start dyeing their hair, they get designs and all that. You know, but it's a good thing, because at a lot of these events, you get that education, right?
Yep.
As barbers, sometimes you're stuck with what's going on in your area, okay? And you don't really see what else is out there. So I want to say maybe about 4 years now, 3 years, that skunk strip and different colors is what's starting to pop out here in PA. But if you go down to Florida, that thing has been out there for a long time.
For years.
You get what I'm trying to say? Yep. So when you go into these events is where you actually see all those, all that different stuff.
Yep.
Now, let's talk about what it takes to start an event, man.
Oh, man. First of all, the balls. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of work, being able to reach out to people, or have vendors reach out to me and ask for the opportunity to vend at these events. I could only imagine what Eric goes through, but you know what I mean? He's at a bigger scale, and me at 21 vendors, and for the first big event for me, it was a little rush for me, you know what I mean? And all the phone calls and the
networking.
Yeah.
You think about it too. You don't just do your event and that's it. You go to all these places, you network with people.
You got to network.
Aside from that, you're doing stuff in your community as well. Talk about the fashion and things you like. Network the City.
Network the City events. We've been doing fashion shows for the past couple years now. that right there blew it up for us. I mean, it allowed us to reach out to a lot of different people, different clothing brands. Like my boy Gad Tribe back here. Most of these guys that are vending here today are vendors that come to my events for the fashion shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you the fashion shows. A lot of people like locally. There's a lot, from what I can tell. There's a lot of creative brands out here in this area: Allentown, Reading, Bethlehem,
Philly.
Yeah. Philly. There's tons of different ones.
Kutztown got some amazing designers, bro.
And it's really hard for a brand or something like that to even come out and get on any type of platform at first. You know what I mean? But for what you're doing as far as Network the City, I think that's pretty dope, man. You're able to take that, bring it into something like this. Take this, bring it into something like that.
Yeah. It only takes networking, man, and going to other events, like going to fashion shows. Like this all started with me by going to other events, meeting people, shaking hands. Yo, who's this? I'm Mr. Freestyle, Mr. N.Y.O. Competing. People getting the recognition. It took some years because I've been competing since 2017, 18. You know what I mean? And going to a lot of events. I've gone to maybe 200 events in the past couple years. You know what I mean? And now hosting events and stuff too, and judging events as well too, getting the recognition, and I'm able to network with these companies, and they ask me like, yo, what's going on in Pennsylvania? Yo, let's do this. And one hand washes the other, you know what I mean? And we help each other out in the industry.
I feel that PA, as far as barbering, is probably one of the biggest states that support each other.
Definitely. Hands down, we got the hitters over here. PA barbers, hands down, it's unmatched, man.
Well, let's talk about the event. What do you got going on here today?
Well, I got 21 vendors here. We got food. We got competitions. We got the student, fast fade, fade and beard, freestyle, and we got the creative tag team this year.
So let's talk about what you're looking for as far as in those categories. What do you want to see?
Man, anything goes. Enhancements. You know, a lot of people were knocking enhancements, and I get why they knock enhancements, because most people don't know how to apply enhancements properly.
Yes.
Most barbers, you know what I mean? So that's why people be like, oh, they're bashing enhancements and this and that. We're in that era now today that people are requesting this, you know what I mean?
90% of haircuts now, man, in some places do have some sort of enhancement.
And they're requested. Most of the time, they're requested, you know what I mean?
It's rare that you see a barber in a barber shop that doesn't have a compressor with enhancement.
So
very rare.
So all these categories, I implemented anything goes, enhancements, all that goes, but it's up to the judges to critique the perfection of these haircuts. Because all these barbers, the students are using enhancements as well too, man. So it's like, but it's how you using it, how you properly applying it, you know what I mean? How you collaborating, designing with the enhancement, and you know, making sure that it's perfect. You're trying to make it look
natural. An enhancement is to enhance it, not to put something there that isn't really there. So we're gonna cut it short because I know you're busy. But what's next for Mr. Freestyle? What are you doing next?
Oh man, other than the STX Barber Show November 10th, I'm working on the next fashion show for Network the City, which is in October. I haven't figured out a date yet, but it's in October for sure, here in Reading, PA. And oh man, I got a few events I'm gonna be hosting this year as well.
Talk about it. What's the next one?
I'm gonna be at Baltimore in August. Baltimore, I'm hosting that with Jay Majors.
Dope.
Yeah, so we got a few events coming. I'm gonna be in December. I'm gonna be in Florida too, judging an event, Blade Masters.
Dope.
Yeah, so we got a lot of work going on this year, man.
That's good, man. Keep it moving, bro.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Definitely keep it. I'm gonna let him go because I know he's busy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, be safe. Peace.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
You all ready, bro?